All right, here we go. Welcome everyone to the Tuesday night Collaborating Connections Professional Networking Zoom meeting. My name is Dawn Evans Casey, and I am the leader of Collaborating Connections. Tonight, we are, May 23rd. We are in the month of May. Our topic for discussion is making the connection. So we will be discussing good ways for strong business connections, how to build authentic business relationships, etc. And those have generally been the same topics that we've had for the past several weeks. Let's go ahead and as we do every week, I'd love to start off our call acknowledging any wins from the past week. And I know that we've had several networking events, even following last week's Collaborating Connections call. So I anticipate that we have some discussion, some wins discussion around those opportunities. But I want to open the floor at this time. We have with us tonight Gail Harpold, who is a visitor to Collaborating Connections. Welcome, Gail.
Thank you.
And let me just open the floor. Anybody got any wins that they want to share?
We met a bunch of good people, and Gail being one of them, at between a couple events that we had last week. And those were big wins because we met a lot of great people, including Gail. So I would say that I felt very, I don't know, I just felt very excited about things that we have, that are coming up again. I don't know. I don't want to blame the pandemic, but the pandemic really has been kind of a strange place to be for the last years. So it was really cool to be out with human beings again. We've been doing it, but I think it was the first couple events that we've had where I don't feel like anybody was concerned about, breathing the same air and stuff. You know what I mean? It's kind of a weird, it's just different. It's the beginning of, actually today it was like 80 degrees, so it was very warm. And it is, we're almost jumping into summer. It's springtime. It's not summer yet, but I feel like, like the fog is kind of lifting where I'm encouraged. So I hope that makes sense. But
Most definitely.
cool.
Gail, have you got any wins from last week that you'd like to share with us?
Well, I can talk about that event that I was at where I didn't get to meet you, but I did. I knew to look for Jennifer. I recognized her name, and I kept asking people. There weren't name tags, and I wasn't exactly sure who I was looking for, but I thought it was wonderful. Lots of people there, lots of wonderful conversations. And as you were speaking, Jennifer, I was thinking about it sort of like maybe we're returning to a different kind of normal
It is.
again, and we can kind of take a breath
Yeah.
and know that, woohoo, it's okay to get together. I mean, Zoom is wonderful and fantastic, but isn't it nice to be able to meet face to face?
Yeah, it is. It is.
So I thought that was great. And then after I left that, my win is that I'm a Hamilton County Master Gardener
Oh,
that
yeah.
is sponsored by Purdue University Extension. And so over the weekend, they had their iris sale and their plant sale, and I prefer kind of like going back to COVID, I prefer to work outside and dig in the dirt. And so I did, and worked my 10 hours or 12 hours or whatever it was. And I think we made $9,500.
Oh, wow.
Wow.
I mean, we didn't personally, but you know, the Master Gardeners Association did, and it was great. I mean, lots of people, lots of people, lots of people, and it was fun.
Good for
That was
you. That's exciting.
that's what I did. So I had a change of clothes after I left at 5 o'clock, and I had to go in the 4-H fairgrounds, change my clothes, put my boots on and put my gloves on and my hat and everything. And I have this special Hori knife that I got to use, and it was fun. It was great. It was like a double win that day.
Yeah,
So
for sure.
that's my cool takeaway.
Oh, very good. That's very cool. Very cool.
Super awesome.
Are you familiar, Dawn, with the Master Gardener stuff?
I'm not familiar with the master gardener stuff. I'm a novice gardener myself.
Okay. My mom was a master gardener, I think. So
Oh,
I think that's
wow.
why I happened to, but I just, when she was saying that, I'm like, oh, how cool is that? Very cool. I'm sorry, keep talking,
No,
ladies.
not a problem. It's when we can make these connections of stuff that we have in common, even besides, the business that we are in, that's how we build those relationships. I love it.
Yep.
I was aware there was a peony festival last weekend, but I didn't hear about the Master Gardener with the irises and so forth. So,
So the peony is the Indiana state flower, and it was sort of like the Indiana Peony Festival. I think that's how they marketed it. But the Master Gardener plant sale, which was in the exhibition hall, like 3 gigantic rooms, and then we were outside at the iris bed that's been there, I don't know, maybe 15 or 20 years. And so
mhm,
some of those irises are heirlooms. And as somebody moved from one home and downsized,
mhm.
they donated those irises. And so they might be named for somebody, and that's really cool. But lots of people came out, young and old, and they just came, and they're repeaters. They know to come.
Yeah.
And last year we had like 100 people waiting in line. We didn't have that, but we still did a wonderful job um, helping people, engaging them in conversation, and explaining through education on how to plant the iris, how to take care of it,
Mhm.
and answering any of the questions. So those we kind of log as contacts, and Purdue wants to know about contacts. So anyway, it's lots of fun, and it's people with um and I do it because it is a hot mess. There's way too much going on in the exhibition hall, and if I'm going to shop for something, I want it to be a little bit more peaceful environment, not so much commotion and things going on. And so that's why I go outside, but I also go outside because I like the co-chairs of the event, and
Mhm.
they're very learned, and they do a lot of explanation prior to, and if you need them, they come running. And so it's just a really fun event that I look forward to
Very
going
cool.
to.
I'm gonna have to put that on
Yeah.
my calendar for next
Uh-huh.
May.
And the thing is, it doesn't cost anything. It's what you spend. and you might want tomatoes, or you might want a lilac tree or peonies or something else. And so there are people in the Hamilton County Master Gardeners who are growers, who are propagators, and that's what they do over the winter time. They propagate and grow items for the plant sale. And so they're bringing their wares, if you will, and then they're sold. And I mean, there's guest speakers and just a lot of information. And so that it doesn't cost anything. You can bring your own wagon, keep, your dogs can't come, sorry. But then after you're done, then you can come to the iris bed and visit there and purchase whatever you want to purchase. So it's like a double thing. Yeah.
She's talking about all this cool stuff, Dawn, and I'm thinking, oh my gosh, I've got so many questions about, because I want to put lilacs in front of my house, but I know this is not the time and place. I will find a better time to do that.
Well, that's an
Yep.
excellent segue to remind me to mention to everybody, please put your name and business contact information in the chat room, in the chat box here on Zoom. And following the meeting, I usually attach those business contacts to the recording that I put on Facebook and LinkedIn, as well as share it with our members and attendees, even the members who aren't here, so that they have the opportunity to do that one-on-one contact and follow up and ask more questions of each other at a later date. So please feel free to do that. All righty. I'm going to add, kind of build on the events from last week for my wins. Following the Tuesday collaborating connections last week. On Thursday, we had a happy hour, networking happy hour at the Movable Feast, and wonderful group of folks there. Some I knew, some were brand new, and I have since connected with a couple on LinkedIn and social media. So look forward to continuing connections with them. The Friday night event was super awesome. For the second annual, there were lots of people there. I met so many wonderful folks that I still have yet to follow up with. And even though I didn't meet Gail, I was able to meet her through our member, Nancy Vesley, and so glad to have her on the call tonight. So we always talk about, and with our theme being making the connection, we always talk about the connections are awesome, but it is the follow-up where the fortune is. So I'm certainly committing to following up with all of the wonderful people that I have met. And I hope others do as well. You don't have to wait for someone to reach out to you. If you've got that business card information, that email, that phone number, be the catalyst and get it started. Beyond that, on Saturday even, I had the opportunity to get my headshot done by CB.
Good.
It was so awesome to work with you, CB. You and Ariana worked very well in sync, had me on point, gave me quite a few looks to choose from, and I appreciate you. So thanks again. That is what the connections are all about, getting things done and helping each other. So those are my wins. CB, do you have any wins from last week that you want to share?
Yeah, using the phone is a little tricky sometimes. So if I press the wrong thing, I go somewhere else and I don't even know how to get back. So just been busy. Yep, had the headshot sessions on Saturday night, which was great. Thank you to everyone who came out. And then saw Jennifer on Sunday as we were working with the She Said project, and had the 9 ladies who were there for that.
Me,
Got that.
me. Sorry, I thought I was muted. Sorry.
Okay. Okay. But no, I had that event, which was really good, and Ariana there again was helping me with that, so she was also knocking it out of the park there as well.
Yes, she was.
I got those images over to Katie today, so she should have that. I've been working on my websites, and of course, whenever you start working with websites, there's always something that's going to glitch. So when I talking to technical support and seeing what I can do to get that resolved, because it's how it always goes. So in a way, it's a win. Again, you either win or you learn. There's no losing. So I'm going to learn a little bit with talking to technical support and get my website taken care of. I had on Sunday, I had a Zoom call that I did, a little podcast. So yeah, I got to make sure all my websites and everything are up and set up and everything from there. So no, just the busyness of busyness. So, or the business of busyness, or however you want to look. So that's what I've been doing. So
CB, can I ask you a question?
Sure.
I thought about it yesterday and then I forgot. Did you had a few, obviously Dawn was out on Saturday night. I know you had a few people that were asking you about it. Did it turned into a few then, maybe?
On Saturday night, great.
Huh?
Saturday night was great.
Oh, good.
Yeah.
Glad to hear that. Okay. I knew that you were doing it, but I knew I was going to see you on Sunday, so I wasn't really thinking that I needed to be out there, but thank you. I'm glad. And yeah, the CB project, the She Said project is ending up being CB's project with everything he's doing. But no, that was really, I'm excited for you. Looking forward. The whole thing is really, I think, going to be awesome in general. And Dawn, we'll talk more about it as things kind of come up. But I'll tell you, they're announcing the cast soon. So there'll be a lot of marketing things out there, and I'll have much more to share at that point, but it's pretty exciting. And it's the ladies that I've met thus far in this, which are 9 of them. Actually, I know the other one that wasn't there the other night, but it was pretty awesome. So all I can say is it's just really kind of fun, and we'll see. I mean, I don't know what else to say. It's just exciting.
Well, I'm just going to add to it. CV, if you do it again, share it with us, and we will be sure to get the word out.
Yeah, next time I do it, I'll do it with a little bit more timing. I'll do it with a better evening and everything. It was just really Nancy was needing the headshot, so I just kind of threw it together to make sure we could get Nancy with everything and do something together with it, because when opportunity presents itself, you got to grab it. You just,
you know what? And we were trying to figure it out where CB could incorporate it in the other events that were happening, but they had Marty doing the pictures at the one thing, and so it just Ryan is not against doing that another time, CB, but it was because it was all set up and they didn't have the room like you needed. And I will tell you really quickly, yesterday when I was at the thing, no, Sunday, when we were at the pictures, the ladies in the room there were talking about how impressed they were with Ariana and hearing the things she was saying. So it was pretty cool. It was pretty cool. I just, I mean, and I said to her, I said, you look a lot like Catherine. Well, she's my mom. I think that's what she said. I said, I know. But she just kind of reminded, I don't know how much she looks like her, but she just kind of reminded me of her. So I don't know if that's a
The
good.
the chin and her eyes match up well with Catherine, but she has her dad's dark black hair.
Gotcha.
So
Well, that's for sure. That's for sure. Yeah. But thank you. I'm excited. I'm excited to see how that goes, obviously, for the project itself, but also just excited for you to be part of that. Hopefully that turns into even more than you have any idea of yet, you know. So anyway, we'll leave
well,
it at yep.
is I had attended a seminar thingy, one of those, rollout things. And one of the photographers that Anna and I were down in Nashville with for the convention back in January, he has rolled out I guess it's a beta test, but it's software for headshots. And this stuff is just off the wall fantastic, makes the whole process so easy. To quote Star Trek, two trainees could run the ship. So it's really just going to be that wonderful. And yeah, I'm looking forward to the possibilities that this brings to my business and what I'm going to be able to do with it. So it's just a great time right now in my world. So
Good for you. Cool. That's exciting. Very exciting.
software that works is wonderful.
Yeah, when it doesn't, we're all kind of screwed, aren't we? Yeah, good for you. I'll quit talking now, Dawn.
Yep.
You can
Oh, no,
take
you
it.
won't.
On Dawn.
Thanks. So next on our regular agenda, I ask Jennifer Johnson to give us any TTR networking updates. So Jennifer, you're up again.
Well, it's almost the beginning of June. It's hard to believe, but the holiday weekend is upon us. So, or not quite. We got a couple more days, but people are starting to kind of already head for the hills, I think. So look at the month of June, which starts next Thursday. We actually have about 4 different events that I have been trying to get organized to put out in an email, but we have, to begin with, we are now adding a new open networking that is the North Side group, and that is on Wednesday the 7th. It's at noon, and that is actually it's at Pinheads in Fishers. There's an Allie's Ale House inside Pinhead. So we're not going to bowl. Okay. So don't worry about that. You're not going to be bowling. You could bowl later if you wanted to. But anyway, it's a really nice location for those of us north, and they have a really nice ale house. You could get beer, but it's for lunch. Our Northside group is now doing that once a month. It's the first Wednesday of each month. Open to our members, open to anybody that wants to just come and meet some of our people. And then the rest of the month, they meet on Zoom on Wednesday mornings, but they have now branched into that. And then that's on Wednesday, the 7th. The 15th,
At what time?
That would be at noon. And Gail, I'm making sure as we're speaking, I'm adding people to our contact, our CRM, our contact database.
Mm-hmm, mm-hmm.
And there will be an email going out with all of these. I was trying to get the last date secured for for the event, our TTR presents today, and we were finding there were all kinds of mistakes in the stuff. So I didn't get it out as quickly as I should, but you're in that group that I've just added. So anyway, you should see it. I always just tell people, please don't, definitely check your spam emails, because a lot of times, unfortunately, a lot of times my emails go to spam. But anyway, that is on Wednesday the 7th. Then on the 15th, which is a Thursday, we actually have our happy hour, and that's down at the Southport Chewies. And that we did before. So we had a really good turnout for that. I thought, being that it was on the south side, I think it went extremely well. And so we're doing it again, at least for 1 month. Nancy was trying to talk me out of it, but we're going to at least give it one or another couple months, and we'll see how that goes. Trying to make sure we're including everybody. And then what was the other one? Oh, and then on the 21st of June, we actually have our TTR Presents, and that's with Catherine Rimstead, who is, she's a love coach, but she's also the founder of Loving, oh, we did it today, and I can't remember all the words, but it's, she is a founder of the Loving Inner Peace. No, I'm sorry. Whole Loving Wellness. I'm sorry. She has a business. She's a love coach, but she also does tapping and a bunch of things. We're going to dig into the Wheel of Life. And our theme for June, just jumping a couple weeks ahead here, Dawn, is juggling. So juggling, we've always talked about in respect of like work-life balance, but there's so much more that we really need to be talking about, and that's just balance in your life. Just that, just all the different pieces of the pie, basically. So the Wheel of Life is where she's starting, but she's going to do a bunch of just some great exercises to kind of dig in and is work-life balance or life balance possible? I think there's a lot of people that say it's a myth, and I think we're probably, most of us would probably say, there's different times of your life and things. Anyway, so that is called More Joyful Juggling with Catherine Rimstead, and that's the 21st of June. And then we'll be almost to the 4th of July. So we will have probably a couple more things that might get added. But at this point, June is looking pretty darn busy already. So, but that's what's going on. So.
All right.
Yeah.
Well, thank you. And I want to share with anybody who is looking, even listening to the recording of this, all of our TTR networking events are posted on the TTR networking website and Facebook page. So please feel free to stay abreast of what's happening with those sources. As well, I post stuff out on our Collaborating Connections Facebook page and our Collaborating Connections LinkedIn page. So there are plenty of sites to plug into to stay in the know. I love that TTR networking has so many opportunities to be connected and to learn and to share. Just as we were talking about last week, the members could go to this regular Zoom call. They could have attended the happy hour, the networking on Friday night, meet up with one of our members Saturday night, CD at his photo shoot, providing headshots. There is so much available. So certainly, if someone has a preference for a particular type of networking or whether to be in person or whether to do things virtually, all of those opportunities are available, and we urge everyone to stay plugged in and connected. Another great way to stay connected is through send out cards, and I have to give the plug for that. Send out cards is an easy way to send cards, logging in online, creating a design, which is very easy to do, and sending them off in a format that is less expensive than most of the time going to the drugstore and standing there staring at a variety of cards, reading and trying to find the perfect words. Through send out cards, you can add the verbiage and the wording that you like. And it's a wonderful way to stay connected to individuals and to build relationships. People love getting a card in the mail and sitting down and reading something and feeling appreciated and recognized. And even when you're in a hustle and bustle world where it's difficult to sometimes schedule a phone call or to sit down and write an email to someone, it's a really easy way to stay in touch. So Jennifer Johnson and myself and Nancy Vesley, another member of Collaborating Connections, are all affiliates of Send Out Cards. And if you would like to know how to send a free card, one free card on Send Out Cards on us, I will include a link in the follow-up message and email. So anybody out there listening to the call, if you're interested, follow the details on the Collaborating Connections page. Let's see, what else have we got? We're going to go ahead and do the Roundtable Connect introductions, and I want to at least acknowledge we've got several members who aren't on the call tonight, but I want to give a shout out to them and tell a little about them. And when we post the call, I'll put their contact information out there as well. CB, who was just with us briefly, who he has family obligations on Tuesday nights and dips in and out of our calls. CB, as we mentioned, did the photo shoot Saturday night, and he is an awesome photographer and also does aerial photography with a drone. So if you have any photography needs, whether they are still photos or the drone photography, please check out CB Bjork, and he is with Ascension Photography. Nancy Vesley, who we've also spoken of, another member and actually my co-leader for the group. Nancy is with IHC Insurance, Specialty Insurance, and she's all about health insurance, Medicare, Medicaid, etc. If you've got questions about health insurance, Nancy is your go-to person. She's happy to answer questions. She's happy to help people analyze their health insurance needs and provide various solutions to either improve your health insurance coverage. And she's also got some bridge insurance offerings that, for those who are paying high deductibles or responsible for high deductibles, there are supplemental insurances that are available to help pay for those. So again, Nancy Vesley is your health insurance specialist. Also, Melissa Johnson is our Primerica financial service specialist. Melissa is somewhat new to the financial services field, but she is a quick learner. I sat down with her to talk about some life insurance, and she and her team are very knowledgeable, very helpful in giving you things to think about that you probably don't necessarily even consider when you are looking for a life insurance option. So if you are interested in an overall financial view, want to sit down and do a financial analyst, Melissa is your Primerica person. Additionally, we have Robert Haley, who is a mortgage banker with Old National Bank. Robert's got more than 25 years of experience in the mortgage lending realm. He loves to educate folks on how they can get into a home or how to seek the best mortgage product for their needs. So Robert is just, again, a wealth of knowledge. And if you are looking to refinance a home, buy a new home, or perhaps transition up or down from your current housing, Robert Haley with Old National Bank is your mortgage contact. Did I cover everyone, Jennifer?
You did a great job.
Well, I'm going to ask you now, Jennifer Johnson. Are you ready to introduce yourself and your business?
Oh,
Jennifer, are you there?
nice to have somebody who takes part of, but it's a big part of what we do. It's not just a small part, I guess is what I should say. It's a big part. So thank you for doing that. I am Jennifer Johnson. I am a crazy person running all over, but no, I actually, I am a relationship marketing coach. And I do, I'm the founder of this thing. That's what I was like, why can I not remember this? And we started 12 years ago. Yes. So primarily the biggest thing is, and I've come to realize that the last couple of years with the pandemic, is that we are all about extraordinary relationships and education to help build your business. So the relationship thing is our number one task. And how do you do that? You meet people, and like Dawn said, you follow up. You make sure that you're staying in front of people. And it's not just to sell them, it's to be serving them and helping them. And as you get to know your referral partners, trusted referral partners, you start to naturally make connections that way, because you know these people and they should know each other. So it takes somewhere between 5 and 12 contacts for somebody to actually want to even consider doing business with you. So the idea that you're going to talk to somebody and they're immediately going to work with you is crazy. They're just not going to do it. If that happens, it might be kind of something you might want to think seriously. Is this person really, like I was an insurance agent, is this person really truly needing my services, or are they looking for the cheapest price? Anyway, in the end of it, who do you know that's out there who needs to have ways to stay in front of their people? I mean, that's part of what we do here with the networking, the relationship marketing that I do, is using tools like send out cards, different other tools to make sure that you are staying top of mind, and you're not just sending out to get, you're sending out to give. You're trying to be helpful, and because what you send out will come back to you. And if it's literally, if you're not motivated by the right things, it'll come back the way you don't want it. So I don't know if that makes sense. I just kind of went down a rabbit hole there, but who do you know that needs what we have? There's a lot of people who are trying to build a business and they don't know where to start, or they've burned out on what they've been doing. They've been doing it so long, they're tired, and they want some new ideas. So send them here. I'm sure we have the right group for them. So thank you. That was a long wind, but thank you.
No, thank you, Jennifer. Any questions for Jennifer Johnson this evening?
No, I didn't think so.
Well, I am next going to ask our guest, Gail Harpold. Are you ready to introduce yourself and your business? And
I sure am.
Please be sure to share what types of connections you're looking for as well. Go ahead.
Oh my goodness. My name is Gail Harpold, and I need your help. I mean, after what Jennifer just said, this is my first And this is my first, well, this is sort of my disclaimer. This is my first time at being an entrepreneur and a business owner. I have 20 plus years as a middle school English teacher and wanted to do something a little bit more fun. So I've always been a W-2 wage earner, and now I'm not. So having said that, my name is Gail Harpold, and I am a mobile notary and a notary signing agent. I can do the general notary work with wills and trusts and power of attorneys, but I also am able to do the real estate side because I have my title producer's license that the state of Indiana requires, and I've done coursework and passed the exam in order to be a notary signing agent, whereby I'm able to close any kind of a real estate deal. So I can do sellers and buyers and reverse mortgages and home equity line of credit, loan modifications, just all of that. And hence I travel all around the place, all over the state of Indiana, about central to north central Indiana. And I also am able to verify people's identification through looking at their documents that they have. And uh, as a notary, I can do that for I kind of act as an agent for the human resources department of many different companies out there, and I'm onboarding their new employees so that the company, doesn't get fined by the federal government. So that's what that's one of the many things. I have other things to add on to that, but that's enough for right now. What am I looking for? Anybody, because anybody is going to not find a notary when they maybe want to roll over their IRA, or sometimes if they have a minor that's traveling unescorted out of the country, then that has to be documented. Sometimes when you're applying for FAFSA, when you're applying for financial aid for college applications, that has to be notarized. So I'm looking for anybody and just kind of saying, hey, you remember me? I can help you. So that's what my business card says, that I'm serving the people of the state of Indiana. And so that's what I do. That's what I'm doing. So.
Really cool. I was making notes as you were speaking, and I was like, yeah, there really are quite a few instances or circumstances where knowing a notary, especially a mobile notary, definitely comes in handy. So
And so I'll come to you if you don't want me to come to your home. I'm perfectly understandable about that. I have found that during the pandemic, when I've been doing a lot of this, that I go to libraries all over the central and north central Indiana. Sometimes Starbucks only are open till 5 o'clock, and then we have to find some other place to get. But I am kind of particular because it's all about you, and I want to protect you and your information and your documents and all of that. So sometimes I'm able to go to banks that I'm affiliated with, and I kind of like that. It's a little bit more private, and and I was going to say intimate and personal. So it's good. It's a win-win for everybody.
Very good. Thank you for sharing that.
Mhm.
I've got a quick question for you. My scenario, my last name is Evans-Casey. So Evans was my maiden name. I was previously married. My name was Evans Cole. And I am just starting to realize that there are some documents from my previous married name that I probably need to transfer over to my new name after all these years. What is the basic documentation that's necessary to verify identity on your behalf as a notary?
There is a form called I like igloo 9, and you could go to I don't know, a government website and look at it. And there are lists of A list, B list, C list. A passport trumps everything if you're trying to identify and verify who you are. State issued government licenses like a driver's license is good, Social Security. Sometimes I haven't used this, but sometimes utility statements are able to be used just to show that you are at that location that you say that you're at. You live where you say you live, if that made sense. So
Mhm.
there's if you go to that, I'm sorry, I can't remember what the website is, but if you Google
Sure.
federal I is an igloo,
Mm-hmm.
either -9, or you could even leave that dash out. It will pop up and you can look at it. It's usually 3 pages, and and I think the second page shows all those different documents. And so if you're from another country and your passport is issued from another country, there's different things that go along with that. So it's very
Okay.
interesting. I've met
Yeah.
a lot of people. I've probably done, 75 I-9s. And when I was doing my W-2 work at the same time, I would do these in the evening in Carmel and Westfield and Noblesville and all around, and met a lot of really cool, interesting people that I never would have had an opportunity to meet.
Awesome. Awesome.
Did that help? So
That helps.
that's
Yeah. I
uh
usually, I usually have a certified copy of my marriage certificate in my purse, in my wallet, with all of my, my driver's license and everything else. Because, my from my maiden name to my first married name to my current married name, if ever I have to demonstrate who I am, I've usually got that piece of paper that helps from
yeah,
my
could I make a suggestion that
Sure.
instead of carrying that, would you please take a picture of all those pieces of paper?
Yeah. Yeah.
Because then, and hopefully, that's in your iPhone, or it's in your phone, or it's in your iPad, and then you don't have to keep those papers with you. They could be in a lockbox somewhere, and you know where they all are. Does that make sense?
Yes. Yes, it does.
Mm-hmm.
Thank you.
Mm-hmm.
Much appreciated.
Welcome.
All righty.
That's a great, and actually, just the fact of you, I was going to say if Gail didn't tell us, but I figured she would. I was glad she did. There's a lot to being there are a lot of things that a notary does that, I think of them as being the mobile closers, Gail, because
Mm-hmm.
Laura has talked about it.
Laura, yeah.
Laura, yeah. But boy, if you know, and there are a lot of people out there that are notaries that don't do the, I mean, maybe they do. I shouldn't say that, Gail. I'm not you. I don't know, but I was thinking there are people who probably go all over the city doing things that aren't even closings, right? I mean, they're doing other things like all the
Yeah.
things you can share.
Yes. And Laura and I are federal inspectors for Medicare. And
Okay. Wow. Okay.
we take pictures of establishments that dispense, let's just say, I had to go to Kokomo Foot and Ankle, and they dispense shoes, diabetic shoes. And so I had to take a picture of that. I had to take a picture of the inside. I had to take a picture of the ADA ramp, their signage, are they where they set, you know, all of those
Oh, yeah.
particulars. Because every 3 years they are recertified with Medicare, and you would never think about that, but pharmacies and opticians, anybody that would dispense an aid and an orthopedic aid, just they all have to be certified so that
Sure.
Medicare knows that they're really who they say they are and not a scam.
Sure. Wow. Yeah.
Because there are billions of dollars that are scammed off of Medicare.
Wow.
Just I'll stop because I could go on.
But you know what? If we don't have somebody in here explaining, I mean, you know, but that's what the education piece is, that, you know, we need to hear that. We need to know, you know, because we might hear a mobile, you know, a notary, and you're like, okay, what's that?
Yeah, okay, whatever. Yeah.
Yeah, right.
Mhm.
Exactly. So
Mhm.
education is
Mhm.
extremely important in our
And
group.
so the whole real estate part, not every notary can do that. You have to go above and beyond and take
Okay.
the class and you know, take the class, pay for the class, and know all of those real estate documents that are part of whatever kind of transaction you're going to be a part of. There are
That's
other
interesting.
things. There are other things like a wedding officiant,
Yeah. Yeah.
and Laura can do that. I have not done that. You can, you know, like run permits, and you can do different things, and I haven't put that into my song and dance because
But
I do other things with Legal Shield, that has to do with employee benefits that can be offered in different companies. So that's
it's probably, oh, I'm
I
sorry.
try to stay busy.
Well, you know what? That's what's really kind of cool, because we could have a couple notaries that all do different things.
Yes.
And that would be kind of, you know, that's what's really pretty cool. And Gail, if, you know, we were talking earlier about the different, you know, the different, what was I trying to, the different, you know, people that overlap and stuff, and, you know, the industry exclusivity and stuff. But we have insurance agents, you know, they all kind of carve out their own, you know, their own little niche. And that would be, I think you offer so much more than I was even thinking, because I know Laura does the wedding officiant, because I do that too. And I am a part of the group for that, but that was all. I don't do the other stuff, and I don't even really want to do. I really don't want to do the weddings anymore. I actually enjoy doing weddings, but I just have too many other things. So anyway, not having, I mean, just saying in general, I think it's really cool that you're on. And I'm hoping that you'll come back when we have a few more of our regulars because they need to know this stuff. I know Nancy might know, but the others don't, you know, it's
Yeah,
kind of,
Nancy knows. Uh-huh.
yeah, but wow, good for you.
Yeah.
Mhm.
I appreciate you sharing those examples and details of the breadth of your professionalism there, Gail, because I've certainly learned that there's a lot more to the notary services than I previously anticipated. And when I'm out and about amongst, my circles of influence, I want to be able to share, yeah, I know somebody who can
Mhm.
do this and this and that. So
Mhm.
that's how we connect. Thanks.
Yeah, and of course I left out medical directives if you're assisted or memory care or independent living. Um, I haven't done, or hospitals. I haven't done that. I think I will, but I have to be able to not have it be so personal. Right now it's just a little bit too personal because of some things that are going on in my life, but I know that's so important. What else was I thinking about that? Oh, and Laura knows that I live in Kokomo, but I lived in Carmel for 35 years. And she knows that now I'm up north a little bit and I could go to Marion or Anderson or Muncie or different places like that.
Yeah.
So Jennifer, in a way, we kind of territorialized, if
Oh,
that's even a word,
yeah,
some of this Medicare, because I don't want to step on her toes, but I'll help her if she's not available, if
right,
she goes
right,
on vacation or goes to Florida to see her daughter, then, and there's something, I'll help her. And, you know,
right.
that's what it's all about. That's what support's all about.
That is exactly what it's all about. It's
Mhm.
pretty cool to have, yeah, to get that
Mhm.
information. Thank you for sharing.
Mhm. Mhm. You're welcome.
Thanks again, Gail. And Gail, if you could please add all of your contact, phone number, website,
Uh-huh.
email
Okay.
to the chat, and I'll have that to be able to share with folks. I appreciate
Okay.
it. Oh, I guess I'll introduce me.
Please.
Again, my name is Dawn Evans Casey, and the leader of Collaborating Connections for the past 5.5 years. I joined Collaborating Connections with the intent of sharing my entrepreneurial endeavor, Spa Travel, which is a full service travel agency. We are all about relaxed adventure. So we really want to make sure that our travel clients have enjoyable, memorable travel experiences. And we want to take away the stress of the travel planning from the travel client. Over the years, I've developed great relationships with travel vendors from coast to coast and around the world. Um, Everything from car rentals to hotel reservations, all-inclusive resorts, cruise lines, cruises, girlfriend getaways, golf trips, international travel, international air, domestic air, just about everything that you can imagine. I love to work with my travel clients to sit down and develop a travel profile to find out exactly what it is they enjoy, what they'd like to do when they get to their destination, and an anticipated budget to plan within. And with that information, I go to work and develop a proposal of 1, 2, 3 options that a client can choose from that meets their needs. But even beyond the booking, I continue to work with my travel clients to make sure that things are going smoothly, to answer questions. If they have questions about the climate or the culture of where they're going, what to expect when they get there, how to stay safe, how to stay healthy, and if they encounter flight delays or their hotel room isn't quite what's expected, I continue to be an advocate for them and communicate with the vendors to get things ironed out. Travel vendors love to talk with me because, of course, they would love for me to continue to bring business their way. And I know the jargon and the ins and outs of the travel industry over the years. So in most cases, it doesn't cost anything extra to work with a certified travel agent. The travel vendors pay my commissions. And if you know of anybody who is looking forward to travel, Spa Travel would love to help. Additionally, I've got my spoon in a couple of other pots as well. With my travel business, I kind of balance that with my husband and I have a genealogy nonprofit where we work with multi-generational families based upon their skill sets, get them to participate in doing their own family history research, and pull together a project, a keepsake that they can continue to build on and pass to future generations. And that nonprofit is called Claiming Your Roots. We have a Facebook page. We previously were doing radio podcasting, but we might return to that soon. But it's all about resources and assistance to get people motivated and inspired to dig into their family history. I also write a chocolate blog. I've been a lifelong chocolate lover, and after being diagnosed diabetic in the last year and a half and fearing that I would have to give up my favorite thing, I have since started learning the healthy ways to still enjoy chocolate and maintain my health. So the blog is full of quips and poetry and pictures and fun stuff related to chocolate and enjoyment. So anybody who happens to love chocolate would be perfect to join the Cheerful Chocolate Spirit Facebook page. That's about I think that's probably enough, isn't it, about me? And does anyone have any questions that I might be able to answer?
Did you know that you can get chapstick in the scent of chocolate?
Really?
Because I guess I should have said, my name is Gail Harpold and I'm a chocoholic.
Wow.
And so seriously, I kid you not, I do have a chapstick that I got. I even have a vendor, Dawn.
Oh, you're going to have to tell me all about that.
I will.
Isn't that funny?
I love it. I love it. See, and that's what the networking and connections is all about. You know,
Right.
sometimes it is business driven, but it is about relationship building. And until you talk and share and engage with others, you never know all of the connectedness that there is between you and another wonderful person. So thank you, Gail. Yes, I need to know.
I know. I know you do.
Super awesome. Well, we will definitely do a one-on-one beyond this scale. Before we end the call tonight, I did want to go back to our topic about making the connection and share. I know that we've all had our own experiences with forging business connections and being our authentic selves and building business relationships, especially with the networking that we've all participated in within the last week. I'm just wondering if you could think about and share what what top takeaways did you get from your most recent networking experiences? And they could be positive, or they could be opportunities that people just need to recognize and I guess be prepared for, better prepared for in the future. So anybody got anything to share?
Oh, say it again, Don. What are we sharing?
The top takeaways from your most recent networking experience, a positive or a strength or something that stood out to you, or you can even share an opportunity that needs to be improved upon, that folks can be more aware of in the future. I'll start off by saying something that was top of mind to me after all the networking in the past week is to keep an open mind about everyone that you meet. You know,
Right.
as humans, and if you're blessed with sight, the physical presence, what you see first often may have you create things in your head before you even get to know a person. You might imagine what their profession is. You might imagine this person doesn't look very outgoing, that they seem to be
Right.
introverted, or you could imagine all of these things in your head, and should I or should I not engage? Should I or should I not talk to build a relationship, make that attempt? But I think it's really important to keep an open mind about everyone you meet. You certainly can be pleasantly surprised and find connectedness that you never thought was likely. And I have been surprised by that in this past week. And I am so glad that I did engage, interact with, and get exchange information with quite a few people. So that is my takeaway. Anything else? Anybody?
I would just say I'm always amazed how many people, well, the Friday event, I know, we all know a lot of people, but I was standing there talking to one person, somebody else comes up, I'm talking to them, and I'm like, it hits me, they don't know each other. And I cannot believe how is it that I have people in my world that don't know each other? I don't know how that even is possible. And that sounds so silly. But I think it kind of goes along with, I am silly. I'm standing up there introducing everybody and I'm saying, Don, me, but you just don't realize how many people don't know. And it's not it's not a thing to that individual. I'm just saying, that's what my calling is, I guess, is to connect people and to make everybody. I mean, I'd stand there. If you and Gail didn't know each other, I'd say, Dawn, meet Gail, Gail, meet Dawn. What did I do when you took the door prize? I said, go out and talk to Nikki. Well, it was funny because I told Dawn to go, I said, go get to know her, get her card. And I knew Dawn would do it, and she did. But it's just, I think there is that. I think a couple of weeks ago, you asked that question, Dawn, about does anybody not really like to go to networking things or something? It was our conversation. And I think all of us have that little like, oh, God, I got to go do that. And I mean, I do this. This is what I do every day, and it's like, but it was just a moment when I'm standing there thinking, these people don't know each other. And they might, although we were all there to network, they might have stood there and just never have said anything to each other. I doubt it, but I was trying to expedite it, But I think that's what you just don't know. I can tell you from 12 years of watching our networking people connecting and seeing some of the things that they've done together, or just the connections. Once a connection is made, CB is a great example of that. He's been a member, for a couple of months, maybe, and he's got all these great things that are happening. And, we can introduce him, but he has to sell himself. I mean, and he does, and he's got Ariana to work with him. And obviously, when Gail doesn't know Catherine, but when Gail meets Catherine, she'll see what a neat family they are. But, you just never know. And yeah, sometimes I almost I'm like exhausted introducing people, but it's just, I get very excited because there's opportunities all over the place. I think CB said like that. What do you say? Something about opportunity, but tonight, but
it's either a win or an opportunity, a learning opportunity. So
yeah,
there are no losses. Yeah.
But anyway, I just think that was one of my definitely was one of my biggest takeaways it's like I stood there and I said this, and Gail, I don't know if you were standing there and I sounded so stupid, but I said, look, been away from the game for 3 years and look what happened. You people don't know each other. It was just kind of like stupid. But it was really, I mean, we could actually, I think you said that, Gail, we could breathe. It was just a really neat opportunity to get together. And there's more of those. That event happened to be a collaborating connections, but collaboration of a couple different organizations, and it worked out very well. He did a good job. So we will do it again. There are maybe 2 or 3 other events we do this year. Yeah. And there's one at Halloween, which will be here before you know it. And then there's another one at the end of, like, around Thanksgiving, isn't it, Dawn, when we do the small business fair?
Yep.
Internet thing on it's something right around there. Yeah. So there's a lot of opportunity, but thank you.
Cool.
Yeah.
How about you, Gail? Do you have anything to contribute to your takeaways from the network?
Well, I didn't know what to expect. I have been going to the Ryan Henry connection at Pinheads because somebody had suggested that to me in the meetup with Laura Jones. And I thought, well, okay, I know exactly where that is. That's on the north side. That's not that far from where I am. And anyway, so I felt comfortable because Ryan was suggesting it, and he was sort of the organizer. But other than that, I didn't know, do I need to bring a flyer? Do I need, is there a booth? I mean, is there a table? Or, I didn't know what to expect at all. And and it's like speed dating, isn't it?
Yes. Exactly.
You have 3 minutes and then move on. 3 minutes and move on, So
yeah.
it's a meet and greet that you got to work the room.
Yes.
At least that's how I felt. On the other hand, I met some people where I was bold enough to walk up to them and say, hi, I'm so and so, and I'm a mobile notary. You need to take my card. I did that to some people, and they were like, yes, I do. We've got to have coffee. So that's sort of outside my, I don't know, my comfort zone, because I've been, sequestered either at home during virtual, when everything was virtual, or in the classroom. And so, but anyway, I'm good about getting out and talking to everybody. And so that was sort of my takeaway. I was like, phew, I made it. Okay, good.
But you also didn't give that aura away, or any, you didn't make us think you were, that you were uncomfortable. So if that, You know what I mean? There are
Yeah,
people
yeah.
and they would go to that event and they would stand there and look very uncomfortable. You didn't do that. You know, you didn't.
Uh-huh. Well, the only person I really knew was Nancy.
Well, you did a great job.
Yes.
And that's really all the only person that I really knew. Yeah.
You
Everybody
did a
else-
great job.
Great for you to be there and do a great job of connecting. I want to just share the message to anybody listening to this recording to to show up to networking events. Open your eyes to the opportunities that are available to you in your everyday life. Say hello to everyone every day. Saying hello doesn't cost you anything, and it can start a conversation about what you're working on, how you can be connected, things that you have in common. Strike up conversations with people in the coffee line or in your office building or co-working space, and with other companies that might share your office or be located close by. You never know which relationships could help you and your business down the road. And in fact, the possibility for connection is one of the biggest benefits to anyone in the small business realm. So I want to wrap up the call on a very positive note. Thank you, Gail and Jennifer, for being with us tonight. I want to say in advance, thank you to anybody who is listening to the recording of this networking meeting, and to know that you are welcome to connect with us, come visit with us in the future. Visit with us on our Collaborating Connections Facebook page. Send us an email to collaboratingconnections@gmail.com, and we are looking forward to connecting with you. Ladies, I hope that you have a very productive and enjoyable pre-holiday rest of this week, and look forward to seeing you again in the future.
Sounds great.
Sounds great.
Thank you, ladies. Have a great night.
Happy safe travels.
Thank you, Gail. Look forward to talking to you soon. Thank you.
Okay.
All
Thank
right.
you.
Bye. Thanks,
Bye-bye.
Don. Bye, guys.